Top of the morning, good afternoon, and hello, and welcome to all the coaches and to planet Earth. Cheers. All right. Lots of people ask me, Dermot, can we see more business building coaching sessions? To which I say, yes, of course you can. I'm getting my act together, and now I'm bringing them to you. And today we had the lovely Kim. Kim is one of the students in the Art and Science of Business Building and has graciously given us 30 minutes of her time today to do a coaching session. Now, Kim is a real person. She's a real coach. She's wanting to build her business. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Kim's got wanting to build the business, but also, hey, life is happening while I'm trying to create a business. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that today and see if we can support her. A lot of people ask me, Dermot, what kind of coaching do you do in the Art and Science and in Club Fearless? This is the kind of coaching that we do. We do a lot of coaching in our programs. So we're going to give you a little 30-minute taster of what that is today. And hopefully it'll be helpful for you. All right, with all of that, Kim, my dear, thank you so much for being here. Much appreciated.
Well, thanks for having me, Dermot.
All right, Kim. So we kind of chatted a little bit before the session, but kind of tell me again, like, what would you really like to talk about today? What would be the most help or support that you need right now?
Yeah,
Dermot,
right.
I need $1 million. Oh, yeah, besides that, I do too. But what do you need? How can we help you support you today, Kim, in this conversation?
Well, it's already been a really great support in being in the class.
Yeah.
It just seems like every session, it's like perfect timing. All those things that I've been fearful about and reluctant to try, and with the cohort, it's been a huge help.
Oh, that's glad. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, but
Glad to hear that.
like you said before, life happens.
Yeah. I mean, I went broke. I spent all my savings. I didn't have a job. I just spent 3 years at my trying to build a business, but I had savings. But after 3 years, I didn't have savings. So I understand where you're coming from. I really do. So tell me a little bit about that, Kim. What would be the most help? Tell me what's going on and where we can help you.
Well, I have to admit that I'm struggling with, like, I've made the decision. That's why I signed up for the course this time around instead of saying, put me on next year's list. So I really know that coaching is what I want to do. But I have a full-time job now. I'm as a financial advisor.
Yeah.
And
that's paying the bills right now. It's putting food on the table.
It's paying the bills. And it just happens that over the last little while, there's been some really hard times happening financially within the family. And also other responsibilities I have to, like, for instance, aging parents. That's been taking a lot of my time as well. So between the full-time job, supporting difficult situations of the people around me that I love very much, I mean, there's only so many hours in the day. And bad things aren't stopping to happen, Dermot, And
I've heard that, yes.
Like, bad things continuously are happening all around me.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like it's a test of my resolve. Like, how much do I really want to build a coaching business? Am I really serious about it?
Oh, so like these bad things are like taking your time away from coaching and working on your business? Is that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's exactly what it is. And I want to do the work necessary to build the coaching business. But on the other hand, I don't want to burn out either. There's only so many hours in a day. And just like you're teaching us about doing the coaching from a place of inspiration, not perspiration, doing it with fun, being myself, creating something that's really me and encompasses all of my life experience, work-wise and otherwise. I've made the decision that I can't wait for bad things to stop happening,
Right. Yeah. Good,
right?
good luck with
For
that,
me
Kim.
to, yeah, for me to do this, to finally do it, you
Yeah.
know, I want to do it and not burn myself out, or, and I also have to pay the bills. I have responsibilities,
Yeah.
and so how do I transition? I know I can't quit the day job this year. I'm going to have to work at least another year. I've, as a financial advisor, I've done the math, Dermot. Like, I've really done the math.
You know the numbers.
I know the numbers. I've
Yeah.
redone my plan. You know what works, and to be realistic and to be comfortable in serving others as opposed to I've got to get clients.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
I'm the type of person, I need that financial stability behind me, you
Yeah.
know?
No, you're not alone there.
Yeah.
I nearly went back and got another job after 3 years of spending my savings because I started looking at my girlfriend's money. And she said, Dermot, you got to do something else. And that's when I hired a coach. And that's when, within 6 months, everything changed. I'll tell you something that you may not believe. You're in a pretty amazing place, Kim, because you are very clear about what you don't want and how things are not working right now. And when you're clear about what you don't want, it's very easy to get clear about what you do want.
Well, that's encouraging. I don't quite feel that right now, but
can you kind of sense a little bit of truth in that?
after going through 10 weeks of your courses, yes, I am starting to feel the shift.
Yeah.
I
Like,
really
have
am.
you ever gone through like I just went through COVID 3 weeks ago, and it was a horrible experience. And I was Mr. Negative for 2 weeks. I didn't listen to anything positive. And I like to do affirmations. I like to sing during the day. I like to listen to stuff in the morning. I like to kind of get myself going in the morning. None of that. And if anyone had to said, Dermot, be positive, I would have strangled them or shot them and then strangled them. And it was very obvious to me that I did not want to feel that way. And so when you know what you don't want, you're really clear about what you do want. And so when I came out of COVID, I came out with a whole new, renewed sense of compassion for myself, compassion for other people, and also a huge appreciation for health and wanting to move to even better health. So I hired a naturopath, and she's got me on all these tablets and stuff. None of them will grow my hair back, but that's okay. That's another story. So let me ask you a question, Kim, because you've mentioned I don't want to burn out twice in our conversation. What do you mean by that? Do you feel like you're burning out, or tell me a little bit about what you mean about I don't want to burn out?
I have a huge capacity for work,
Mm-hmm.
and I could easily be a workaholic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very driven in that way.
Right.
And a few years ago, I made the decision that that's no longer serving me.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of work, like as I've studied in holistic health and all that a number of years ago, Dermot. And I've gone through the dark night of the soul and understood what healing is and all of that in a holistic way. And I understand where that comes from, that drive to work and work and work and work. It comes from an early wounding of I'm not good enough. And from that, of course, I was always trying to prove myself.
Yes.
And that was fine. I've been very successful in my career over the years, like beyond what I ever thought possible. But at this point in my life, that doesn't serve me well anymore. I want to be well. I want to have balance in my life. I want to have fun. I want to create and enforce healthy boundaries, which was something I wasn't doing for many years. So I've learned along the way. And now I want to want to live that. I don't want to keep making those mistakes. I know what you're going to say. It's not like a switch you flip on or off. I realize that. You know, there's going to be some days where it will be, you know, stepping forward 5 and maybe stepping back 3. And, you know, sometimes you, you know, as long as you're aware of it and you're catching yourself sooner and sooner, that's fine. Sometimes I'll mess up and oh boy, there I go again. How did that happen?
Oh, yes,
I
yes.
thought I wasn't going to do that anymore.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but I want to transition into a coaching course as a coach. I have ideas that would be so interesting to create and spend time on and to work with people, and I'm really up for that. But
So would you say, Kim, would you say that this is would you say that it's a time issue? How you're using your time? Because you said balance twice in the conversation.
yeah,
So are you currently, would you say that you're currently burning out?
I'm starting to feel that way. Yes.
Right. Okay. So you're starting to feel like, hey, I know what burning out feels like, looks like, and I'm starting to
Okay.
feel like I'm going in that direction. Okay.
Yeah.
And so you said that you want to transition into a coach, and you've mentioned time a few times. So would you say is the issue how to balance your time? Or what do you mean when you say finding the balance? Finding the balance of what? What are the two things that you're trying to balance? If there was two things on a scale, what would you say the two things are you're trying to find the balance of, or balance?
I I feel it's kind of a triad. It's kind of a three-way thing that's happening for me right now. I have my work that pays the bills, and it's a good work, by the way. I'm very grateful that I've had that work, and I never lost a day work through all of COVID. And the firm had me working from home, and I'm still working from home most of the time. I'm very, very grateful. But in the last almost going on a year now, the person I work for has been battling cancer. And so I've had to really and I wanted to support him and hold up the fort and be there. So the hours are kind of longer and the responsibility is greater. So there's that piece. There's all these people
What
that
are
are,
the other two pieces, Kim? So you said it's a
yeah,
triad.
yeah.
So work is one. What's the other two pieces?
The other piece is the very close people around me who need my time and attention
Got it.
uh, because of the bad things that have been going on. And one is just like elderly parents who now need assisted living and emptying out their house of 53 years and
Oh
doing
gosh.
that single-handedly, you know,
My
like
gosh.
time. And again, that takes time, right?
Yeah, I have a friend that's just finished that for her mother. It took her 3 months of driving to Carmel every day. So yeah,
Yeah.
she was telling me all about it.
And
So
you know,
work support, close
yeah,
people need your time and attention. What's the other piece of the triad?
me.
You. Oh, yeah.
I'm
Tell,
not
tell me
forgetting
about
about
you.
that. Me, I mean, all work and no play makes Kim a dull girl, you know? I know that's an old cliche, but damn.
No, I know it well. And also, we were kind of talking before the recording that you weren't sure whether you want to talk about what was going on now or the future of inspiring action and great ideas and all of that.
Yeah.
But there can be none of that if you're not at least somewhat grounded and balanced in what you're doing now. Okay, tell you what we're going to do here, Kim. I have an idea that we can play with,
Okay.
and it may go somewhere, it may not. I have no idea. What's your favorite color, Kim?
Red.
Red. Oh,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know if this is red, but this is the closest we're going to get.
Oh, that looks good. That's good enough.
Is that red?
Oh, yeah. That'll do.
Okay, and just remember, I am not Picasso.
Okay.
Okay, So up here, Kim, I'm going to give you a visual, Kim, of what we've been talking about, because I think a visual will be helpful. Why? Because when we have everything up in our head as people, as humans, when we have it all, when we have work, support, balance, the job is taking my attention and time. My mother needs my time and attention. I've got to go and give the house. And then at the end of it, which you waited till the end, there's me. I'm at like the end of the rope.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, yeah. And I think a lot of people listening were like, yeah, I know what you go through. So we got work up here.
Yeah.
Okay. And then down here, I wrote down close people need my time and attention. Would that work?
Sure. Yeah.
Close people need I'll just put
TNA.
time.
TLC. TLC. That yeah, that would
Now it's interesting, Kim, you were laughing as you were saying TLC. What was the laughing about? Do you think you'll get TLC, or are you just laughing that you'll never see that? What was that laugh about?
I was just thinking that tender loving care. It just like dawned on me. It's like, don't we all need that these days? That's what I've been trying to accomplish is, all these people are going through such a hard time. And I'm really feeling it because I love them and I care about them, right? And I could use some TLC too. Yeah, anyways, this.
Now, Kim, I'm going to throw out something here that I could be totally wrong, and I'm okay with being wrong now. I used to not be okay with being wrong or look like an idiot, but I'm okay with it now.
Okay. Phew, no pressure.
Is it possible?
Yeah.
It might not be, but is it possible that this whole conversation that we're having right now is really about you creating more TLC for yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. I could tell the way you said it, Kim, and then you laughed twice after it.
Yeah. Yeah. I could call it balance. I can label it. We could go ahead and label all you want and use my favorite color. But yeah.
But that's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, and probably that's why the course, the art and science has really helped, because the messages, even though we concentrate on certain things each week, the messages are very clear to me. Stop being so hard on yourself, What about fun? What about hygge? There you go. Right? Remember hygge?
Hygge. Tell me, what is hygge?
That's the Scandinavian word for the art of coziness.
Oh, I love it.
Hygge, but it's pronounced hygge.
I love it.
And that really helped me. I discovered that a couple of years ago, and I said, that's my goal for this year. I'm gonna
How do you spell it again?
HYGGE,
Yeah.
I believe. But they pronounce it hygge.
Yeah.
And it's the art of coziness. And I did that for a whole year. Every time I would feel off or down or whatever, I'd say, where's my hygge? Like.
I love that.
Even the smallest thing can bring in that cozy feeling. It's like if I attribute that to the same thing that you've been keep telling us to do, is have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hygge's like, for me, is like that, like how do I have fun with this?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no TLC and 10 being, you're having a bath and nourishing yourself and nurturing yourself and getting pedicures and manicures and I don't know what the other footacures and all that kind of stuff, where would you be on the scale today, Kim?
Of giving myself TLC?
Yeah. Where are you currently?
There's certain things that I'm keeping up with, but I'm probably only at about a 3.
At a 3. Okay. So let's pause here for a moment, Kim, because we kind of hit the nail on the head here. And so I'd like for us to pause a little bit and take a look at the Hygge, the TLC, the art of coziness. Take a look at your triad here of the 3 major things that are going on in your world right now. And just from the conversation and everything that we've talked about, what are you starting to get a sense of here? What are you starting to notice here? What's the aha or the insight possibly?
That I'm still, even though I should know better, I'm still kind of beating myself up anytime that I give myself a break, that I like you said, coming from that place of perspiration rather than inspiration. Anytime that I like I said, when you asked me, like, are you starting to, like, where are you at on this burnout thing? And I said, and I'm saying, yeah, I'm starting to feel like I'm reaching that point. And yet still I'm putting myself at the end.
Yeah. Even in the conversation, you waited till the end to put your name on you did it twice.
Yeah.
So you're putting yourself last, Kim.
Well, I guess because I feel it's like that hierarchy of needs, Yeah. My work is helping me get out of a financial situation that was a very bad situation. But at the same time, the gentleman who I work for, and I'm very grateful for him, and he's a wonderful gentleman. He's battling this, and so I feel like that sense of, I'm gonna support him, and
the detriment of yourself.
Yeah. I really, really, really need a vacation, and I noticed that, but I keep saying, well, yeah, but he can't. He's there. What about this? What about this season? What about the clients? And so but work does pay the bills and is getting me out of a bad situation. And then, of course, there's the people that I love. My parents who really need me now. They're at that stage in life. And it's not just the time, it's also hard on me because there's an emotional component. Like
Sure.
I don't I don't regret the responsibility that I feel towards my parents at this stage in their lives. That's okay, because my parents gave everything for me and my family. So it's my turn, right? So that's okay, but it's the emotional component too of watching them.
Yeah, but it's not okay, Kim, because you're burning out. Or did I not get that right?
I need yeah, no, it's true. But then on top of that, there's that emotional component that I'm feeling.
Sure.
I feel sad about it.
Yeah.
which then comes over to me and needing to give myself a break. But it's kind of like I kind of feel like this taking your course now was a gift to me. That was me saying, okay, you can't wait for bad things to stop happening. Do something about the coaching now. Include somehow this dream I have of doing coaching, right? Don't put it off another year. That's part of my huga, is including something about coaching. Whether I'm learning, whether I'm surrounded by like-minded people, like in the class, or doing exchange, at least exchange coaching with other coaches, and surrounding myself with this tribe, right? That's part of TLC for me, right?
We're going to change TLC to tender loving coaching.
Oh, I like it. Oh, I like that.
So let me ask you a question, Kim.
Yeah.
How long do you want to keep putting yourself last? Like, give me a time frame, a week, a month, a year.
I was going to ask you if that was a trick question.
No, that's a serious question, Kim.
Yeah. End of April.
End of April? Okay.
Yeah.
And what's one small thing that at the end of April is going to shift? Going to go on a vacation, maybe?
Not maybe. That I didn't like. That was the first thing that I thought of.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on a serious vacation, not a staycation.
Yeah.
But like a real vacation for 2 weeks, like really get away offline.
So where are you going to go?
Well, I'm thinking I'd like to walk part of the Camino. That's on the top of my list.
Yeah, my sister just did that.
Did she?
She loved it.
Which way did she go? The French way?
You know what I did? She did like, I don't know, half of it, or I don't know how much. I have no idea. I have no idea. I think she was in Spain and France and Italy, maybe something like that. But yeah, if you ever want to talk to her about it, I can ask her to share the phone number with you. So I want you to step into you, Kim.
Okay.
And just for 2 minutes. We have about 3 minutes, but I want you to step in, and I want you to give yourself full permission to step into owning and committing to this vacation. So the vacation time is when?
It will definitely be in May. I'm just working out the details of which week. I would prefer to go the first 2 weeks of May, but it may be the second and the third. I'm just kind of working out logistics right now.
So are you working out logistics for somebody else, or are you working out what's best for you?
What's best for me.
All right. That's the direction we want to be in with this conversation for the next couple of minutes. So you're working out the logistics. So it's in, what did you say? It's in the first 2 weeks of May or the last 2 weeks?
Well, either the first and second or the second and third.
Yeah.
Like I'm not waiting till the end.
Got it.
Right.
And that's in May or April?
May.
In May. Okay. I'm just going to put down May. All right. You're going to walk the Camino?
It's either walk the Camino or actually tour around Portugal. Like I'm looking at the different tours right now.
Yeah.
And that's what I keep going back to, is the Camino, Portugal, Spain, because Portugal and Spain have been on my bucket list.
Okay.
And so I'm just trying to figure out, do maybe just spend 1 week walking the Camino, a portion of it, and then touring. Like, I'm
All right.
playing with that now. Like,
So this is happening
yeah,
in May. It's happening.
yep.
Okay. Would that be enough TLC for now? Or do you want to add something to your TLC bucket list for now? Like, is there something that you can do between now and walking
May.
the Camino that would give you a little more TLC?
Yeah. Between now and May, I'd like to spend one weekend with some friends in it, not far from here. It's
Okay. Do you have a weekend already on the books?
yeah, yeah, the 25th and 26th. We've tentatively put that in, but it won't be canceled because of me, that's for sure.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. That was my next question. So you're totally on track here. All right.
Yeah,
And that's of April, yeah.
that's in March.
That's in March. Even better.
Even
All
better.
right.
Yeah, I really need it. I'm like I said, burning out. Yeah, like I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be tired too if I was giving all my attention and everything to work and to supporting the people at work, and then working close attention to my parents and everyone else. Yeah, I would too. Would there be, just for giggles, is there one silly thing or something that you'd like to do between now and the end of April that would be just a little extra TLC? Maybe something small that you could do maybe every day or every week. Just something small that wouldn't take much time, but would TLC you.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't been doing this. This is the one thing that I've neglected in my personal well-being. It's just a little walk down by the lake.
Walk down by the lake.
Yeah, either the lake or we have a wooded area not far from here. Like one or the other, like either a little walk down by the lake or in the woods.
And what's the thing that would need to happen in order for that to happen? What do you need to say no to or yes to so that the walk down by the lake could happen at least once or twice a week? What would you need to say yes or no to?
I need to say yes to actually taking a lunch rather than eating it at my desk.
Are you willing to do that?
Yeah, I'm willing to do if okay, I know that sometimes shit happens, but at least 2 to 3 times a week, I'm absolutely willing to do that.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add to the TLC list? We're kind of on a roll.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's easy, especially working from home, to look up and say, holy shit, it's 7:30 p.m. and I'm still working.
Yeah.
I want to stop doing that. I don't mind doing that maybe once a week because something, for a client. But I want to stop making a habit of that. Like really
So what's the one thing that's stopping you from doing that now?
putting other people ahead of myself.
Right. So we've already established you don't want to do that anymore. So how are you going to make that happen, Kim? Given you have a lot going on,
Yeah.
that may never change ever. I mean, I have a lot going on, and I can tell you, and this as much as I do, that there's always a lot going on.
Yeah.
Unless we put ourselves first, we're going to be last.
Yep,
Which
absolutely.
you know very well too. I don't even need to say anything about that. So how is this going to work? How's this going to happen? What do you need to put in place?
I need to put an alarm on at 5:30 p.m.
Okay. That's what I do, by the way. I have
Yeah.
Alexa.
Oh, your
Alexa comes
meditation.
on. Yeah, and she says at 6 o'clock, Time to cast aside, Dermot, which for me means click, click, everything is shut down. And I have an agreement with my girlfriend that 6 o'clock, we both, we switch off. No more talk about work. The phones go off and we just sit and, have dinner or watch a show or something. So you'd put an alarm on, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Kim. Wow. What a beautiful conversation, Kim. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. I really appreciate that.
Thanks, Dermot. I mean, a picture's worth 1,000 words, even though there's some words in there, but I don't know, somehow putting it up, maybe I'm quite a visual learner, but putting it up on the whiteboard really, instead of it being kind of up here somewhere.
Yeah, I do that with clients, Kim. Anytime a client says to me, I got a lot going on, because what's going on is, if I was to ask you, Kim, just as we wrap up, here's something to play with. I say to my clients, how much of your problems, they say, I got so many problems. Oh, so many problems, so many things going on, Dermot. And I ask them, well, how much of your problems is in your head, and how much is actual in reality? And I'll make a list, and I'll have the client put all the problems on one side in reality and all the problems in their thinking. It's a real problem in their thinking. And so one of the things, Kim, and this is for you and everyone listening, when a client says I'm overwhelmed or I got a lot going on, I put up a whiteboard. I always ask for their favorite color. I put it in their favorite color because you don't want to put it in a color that they dislike. And what happens is your emotional brain sees all this and it goes, oh, it's not so bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not so bad as I had it up in my head. And now that it's on paper and my visual brain can see it and my emotional brain can see it, it's like, okay, there are a few things that I could do to make this a little better, So any time, Kim, you're working with a client or you yourself get overwhelmed, just take out a piece of paper and just write it all out on a piece of paper and allow your emotional brain to see it, because once the emotional brain sees it, it calms down. Yeah, very powerful. So Kim, what was, if there was one thing in our little conversation today that was the most helpful, well, what would you say it was?
Was the moment you asked me the question about turning around, me thinking, yeah, no, I need to give all these people TLC. And when you ask me, what's it really about? Is it about giving myself the TLC? Yeah, that was an aha moment.
Yeah, I felt that too. And the homework is, of course, to watch this video again and just have a nice cup of tea or coffee or something and just sit and no notes, just sit and just listen to it. Go for a walk in the woods. You are going to be doing that now. Walk down by the lake. So you can bring this and just listen to it and kind of just listen to yourself, talk to yourself. It's really very therapeutic and very impactful to just hear yourself talk to yourself through the lens or through the mirror of coaching. That's why coaching is so impactful, that we can hear what we're saying to ourselves, through a session. So that's your homework I'm giving you. All the rest is optional for yourself. Kim, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and all the coaches out there listening, thank you so much. Until the next time, think big, have fun, stay curious. Hope you enjoyed the session. We'll talk again. Bye.